Live at Daybreak, this is 13 News Now.
You know exactly what you were doing. You preyed upon an innocent young lady who happened to be my child. And that was the biggest mistake.
Parents are mourning right now. Strong words for the accused killer of Ashanti Billy as new questions emerge over security at local military bases.
And live now to the ocean front, the tourism dollars just keep rolling in, but city leaders have 3 ways to keep the cash coming.
And pup feeling under the weather? Well, we talked to someone who says she has an all-natural remedy that could save you big on those vet bills. It is 6:30. Good morning to you. I'm Andre Sr.
And I'm Lucy Bustamante. So when you went to bed last night, there's a little bit of fog, but as we look live at Town Center, it has since lifted.
Yes, but the one thing you won't be able to see is when those temperatures plummet. It gets really cold outside. So Tim is here to tell us more about the chilly change ahead for us.
Hey, good morning, guys. We've talked about this change coming our way all the way since Monday. That's when we were at 80 degrees. By this afternoon,
ride to the base coming up in just a few. Guys?
Ashley, thank you so much. First on Daybreak now, more questions and answers in the Ashanti Billy case. Her parents now questioning security on local bases.
So the court documents revealed that her accused killer, Eric Brown, worked and slept on the Little Creek base for several days. And that is where he's also accused of kidnapping Ashanti. So this morning, the Navy is responding to some of our questions.
Yeah, Elise Brown is live outside the gate. That is where all of this went down. Elise, tell us about it.
Yeah, that's right, Andre. So, Ashanti's parents took their concerns straight to Congressman Scott Taylor from the beginning. He's a former Navy SEAL and represents the district the base is in. He says it's concerning that Ashanti's abduction took place on the base. The FBI's investigation revealed Brown had access as a retired Navy petty officer, and also states in the criminal complaint that Brown is homeless, and it appears he didn't leave the base for 4 days, spending time at the laundromat and gym.
I do believe we should take every precaution necessary in looking at lessons learned and looking if there are any gaps in training, if there are any gaps in policy that can help prevent something like this.
The Navy tells us they didn't get any complaints about Brown at any military base. We're also told that as a retiree, Brown is entitled to be there and has a valid ID card. Taylor is scheduled to meet with the Navy later this month, and we'll keep you updated as the story develops. Live in Norfolk, Elise Brown, 13 News Now.
All right, Elise, thank you for that update. And of course, we're going to stay on top of the story, but that is video of her parents taking her car away. Ashanti's car was a key piece of evidence from the killing. Her Mini Cooper, they tell us that they took the car home because it gives them such happy memories. Ashanti got the car in July, right before coming to Virginia Beach to go to culinary school. We're going to continue to bring you developments in the Ashanti Billy case. Learn the latest by downloading the 13 News Now app. A lot of questions that we're still waiting to get answers on, especially from the Navy. We're going to send out push alerts as soon as the new details come in.
All right, 6:34. We want to get some breaking news out of Hampton right now. Crews are on the scene of a fuel spill. This is on Victory Boulevard. This happened early this morning. Hampton Fire says it involves about 1,600 gallons of fuel. We're still working to gather some more information here. We have a crew on the way to the scene right now, and once we learn more, we'll pass that information along to you. Meantime, we move to this now. A shooting sent someone to the hospital in Norfolk, and we have some video to show you from overnight from Enfield Avenue, just off East Little Creek Road. Now, we spoke to emergency dispatchers who tell us someone called 911 just after 10 last night, and right now we have a call into police for more information here, and once we get that as well, we'll pass it along to you.
All right, let's take you live to the ocean front. New this morning, the top tourism boss in Virginia Beach says 3 things can keep the resort growing. Brad Van Domelen tells Inside Business that the ocean front needs to keep reinventing itself to attract off-season visitors and, of course, to bring back the locals.
Yeah, many of these things are already on the city's to-do list. Big money at stake here. Tourism generated $1.5 billion last year. The industry employs nearly 14,000 people. And one big setback, the recent turmoil over the arena project. Now, the city voted to kill that project, but Mayor Will Sessom says it's all still up in the air.
I truly believe that an arena belongs in Virginia Beach.
So back to the drawing board? Well, maybe. Van Domelen hinted at a major refresh of Atlantic Avenue. It's been 30 years since that last happened.
All right, a record month for the Port of Virginia. We're going to take you live outside of the gates, the Virginia International Gateway, that is. The trucks are just rolling in. The port says it moved more than 265,000 containers, an 11% jump over last year. That's an all-time high for the amount of cargo handled in a month. And here's more good news. Only 2 months left in 2017, and the port says it's moving 8% more containers from last year. So the key to continued success, wider and deeper channels. At least that's the proposal from the Army Corps of Engineers. They're proposing a 55-foot deep channel to accommodate larger ships. Experts warn, though, if this does not happen, we could start to lose some business.
This is very important. It would take Norfolk Harbor to the deepest port on the East Coast. It is an economic driver for the region. More goods entering and exiting the port means more jobs, more economic development throughout the region.
So this comes with a $321 million price tag. Port officials say the project would pay for itself, actually, 5 times over.
She is in all honors classes.
Band, algebra 2, Spanish.
And suspended for bringing drugs to school. And the drug in question, acetaminophen. That's right. They say there's much more to the story, though.
And we take you live outside to downtown Norfolk now. Temperatures falling and fast. It's going to be a really, really chilly one tonight. An update from Tim here next.
Bridge.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love.
A little help in the wake of tragedy would inspire this Elizabeth City boy to help his community heal after that deadly attempted prison break.
And all natural remedies and health food, not just good for you, but apparently for your four-legged buddies, too. It's a little bit later on Daybreak.
The Home Store.
All right, 6:45, good morning to you. Winter is coming. Tim and Aisha are keeping an eye on a freeze warning for tonight. We'll get an update from them in just a few minutes. We move to this now. A student in Chesterfield has been suspended for 9 weeks because of over-the-counter medicine.
That's right. She's going to be working from home or studying from home until February unless the school reconsiders her punishment for having off-brand Tylenol in her backpack. Sarah is a sophomore at Elsie Byrd High School. She admits she had been suspended in the past for having marijuana, but her suspension for that lasted less than 10 days. Her father, Jason, says that this punishment does not fit the crime.
We're supposed to be helping these kids grow. What is she supposed to do sitting here for 3 months? I mean, besides be depressed, feel like she's, screwed up again when she's been trying.
So here's the other side to the story. The school handbook clearly states you cannot bring prescription or over-the-counter medicine to school. However, the experts say that this kind of discipline is very detrimental to the students. Meanwhile, Jason has appealed the suspension with the hopes of shortening it.
Well, this week's wet weather left local football fields soaked, and that means some regional playoff games are getting moved. The Ocean Lakes Granby High game will now happen on the artificial turf at Kellum High School. The Lansdowne Tallwood game will be played at the Sportsplex. Both games, by the way, start tonight at 7 o'clock. All right, NASA Wallops thinks the weather will hold out for tomorrow's launch. This is our first look at the orbital ATK Antares rocket on the launch pad right there. On board, more than 7,000 pounds of supplies headed to the International Space Station.
I dedicate this song to the victims and their families.
It's been 1 month since the attempted prison break at the Pasquotank County Correctional Institution. The community very much still healing, and one little boy in Elizabeth City wants to help. So that little guy is Abel, and he is sharing a special tribute to the 4 employees who lost their lives during the attack. In a video on Facebook, he sings Jackie DeShannon's "What the World Needs Now" while flipping through their names. The video has more than 4,000 shares and 150,000 views on Facebook.
All right, well, having a sick pet is no fun, and this morning we're talking about ways to keep your furry friends healthy.
That's right. Now, you know the routine. You try to get your dog to the vet, so you trick them, make them think that they're going to the park with a treat, something like that. Who are we kidding, though, right? Ashley explores the all-natural alternatives to pet treatment as we uncover the truth about pets.
Cheryl McKee is the owner of Dog Stuff in Virginia Beach, a place she describes as a health food store for pets.
We don't carry the chemical preservatives in our food. We don't do the byproducts in our food.
She says the all-natural approach is working for her 4 Rottweiler rescues.
I have a breed of dogs that the expectancy is 8 years. They live to be about 15.
And if your pet's digestive system seems out of whack,
ears going crazy, dogs itching and chewing, licking their feet, they get that corn chip smell.
They could have a yeast infection on their skin caused by allergies to common pet food ingredients like chicken or wheat.
They've had it for so many years, now their systems just can't handle it anymore.
Cheryl says try switching to unique meats.
Things like rabbit, we're talking about squid, kangaroo.
Now your pet may be itching for another reason, fleas, commonly controlled with pills or topical treatments.
Month after month they tell you to put this stuff on their neck. And what are we doing to these poor guys?
So Cheryl suggests products made with natural ingredients like Tropiclean or NatureVet. There are even ways to naturally treat a pet's anxiety.
So you know you have a thunderstorm coming. So you medicate your dog all day? Or the thunderstorm started, throw the thunder jacket on. It's hugging, it's caressing, it's calming and soothing.
So your pet can quickly get back to just being your furry friend.
Oh, he's just like a puppy again.
This is the second time we've spoken with Cheryl this week. Dog Stuff, just a great place for all natural pet foods and ingredients. Now, if problems persist with your furry friend, even after trying these things, definitely seek professional help. But the all-natural products found at pet stores like Dog Stuff could solve your pet's issue for a fraction of the price. So to learn more about Dog Stuff, visit the link in this story on 13newsnow.com or on our free app.
All right.
Very cool.
Good. Yes, thanks.
You think it adds up, but the bills will add up faster.
Absolutely it will.
And Cheryl, she's so into it. She's all about giving your pet natural.
Just reads through all the ingredients.
She knows everything. She studies it.
Right, exactly. It's really cool.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Ashley.
Tim, we're talking about the rocket launch tomorrow, but it's going to be cold.
Yeah, it's going to be really cold. If you're willing to brave those temperatures in the 20s and wind chills in the teens, you're going to have an excellent view out there tomorrow. Crystal clear skies at time of launch around 7:37 to 7:42. That is the launch window there. Visible all across Hampton Roads. And what you're looking at there is the time frame after the launch that you'll be able to see it.
All right, back to that breaking news out of Hampton right now. We just got our first look at a fuel spill on Victoria Boulevard. Video sent in from the scene here. The fire division just tweeted this out. We're told they are cleaning up about 1,600 gallons of fuel after a tanker truck accidentally ran over a barrier next to an HRT bus facility. Some of it went down into a storm drain. That's definitely a potentially dangerous situation. So 13 News Now is sending a crew to the scene to get more information about exactly what is happening here, the cleanup efforts. We'll have that for you coming up throughout the morning through our breaking news alerts, through our push alerts, our 13 News Now app.
So any issues regarding that, Ashley?